is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Welcome in to the Braylon Edwards Show on Woodward Sports 2.0. We are chilling live at YB Country Club for the annual Puff Golf Outing. You know my host, my co-host, Anson Wells. Anson Wells, how you feeling over there?
I'm tired, man.
Yes.
It was a long weekend, long week before. I thought I was going to relax a lot this weekend. Got roped into some bounce houses.
Okay,
but
shout out to Stick.
not really this time, but
Okay.
this backdrop, it makes everything much easier.
It does, man. You know, and I'm going to take the time to, I got these lounging pants on, man.
Oh, nice.
We're going to have a good show. It's going to be very relaxing. It's going to be very chill. I know you guys are expecting us to be in the studio, man, and bring you graphics and stats and all that, but today will be more laid back. We'll be chill. We'll talk a little Trey Murphy and the Pistons because I see that's the everlasting subject, as well as maybe some other names that are being thrown out there. Why don't you guys want Kevin Durant? Talk a little bit of Lions context, if you will. But before we do all that, man, we got to say what's up to my guy, Gordo. Gordo, what's the word?
What's going on, everybody?
It's a great
Nice to be here, guys.
I didn't know this outing was this packed, man. So, once again, this is last minute for me, man. But when I'm driving in, there's absolutely nowhere to park. There are cars on top of cars on top of cars on top of cars.
Yeah.
And even like the valet, you understand these kids. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna make a fuss. There's nowhere for these guys to put my trucks up.
I made a fuss.
I found a spot and make some shake.
I made a fuss. So I get the call at the studio, and as y'all know, I have a nice, cool spot in Royal Oak. So my dog comes with me on a nice day like this.
Yeah.
Where do I put my dog today? Because I didn't have time to go home. So I found a spot. Thought I was good. The guy comes over, of course, And I'm like, listen, I'll pay you whatever. This is the deal, He's real cool. Next guy came up. He's like, no, we don't have a spot for you. I'm like, the guy just told me he did. So they were in disagreement. Yeah. I trumped them. I went to the head of the club. They made a great call. Got my dog in a nice spot where my car is still running with the AC going. Layla's good, but man, on the fly, that's my baby, bro.
Yeah.
I had to make sure I took care of her. So we settled it. We shook hands. We apologized. They wouldn't take a tip from me. I tried, but I heard that Gordon went out there to help your situation because he knew it was brewing out there already.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I appreciate you. I see G right away. I've played out here a bunch, man. I know the president of YB Country Club played out here. I know some of the existing members, man. Typically amazing people when you come out here, but when you come out to outings like this, look, everybody's got a little bit of scratch, everybody's got a little bit of money, and they got policies. Right?
A lot of talent here, too.
Shout
I'm not just talking about the golfers.
Are you talking about golfers?
Well, those two.
Okay, a
lot of talent around the golf course
I'm
today.
literally straight from the parking lot, straight to the booth to get set up, man. You talking about this weekend and what you did. A lot of people celebrating the 4th. I'll say I didn't necessarily celebrate the 4th, but I celebrated the idea of family, if you will, in
That's
Barstow.
the thing.
Yeah, 100%. We don't have to get into the politics of it all, but 1775 wasn't necessarily, or 1776 was a different time, a different place. But it was great, man. My family, we got a chance to bond together. But before I do that, how was your weekend? You said you got roped into some bounce houses, man, but what was that like?
It was difficult. I was supposed to take one home on Friday because it was right by my house where I was dropping it off. They canceled.
Shout out to Brendan.
Wanted it back again Saturday morning, so I had to go to Detroit to get it. Then I get the call from Stick, can you do another one in Birmingham? And Gordon's done these things with me.
Yeah.
They're big and heavy.
Yeah, it's not the easiest at all. It's pretty difficult, and
by yourself,
given the
my 26-inch waist, all of that stuff,
given your circumstances, I imagine it's not hard or difficult at all.
I get back to the warehouse after I set up in Birmingham. Then I shoot up to the Dub Township, Washington Township, where I'm setting my last one up. Gonna go home and relax and eat some food. Blower doesn't work. I got to go back to Troy, get another blower, then go back there. But then the worst part, Bray, was yesterday because I couldn't pick the thing up in the rain. So I did enlist some help. Shout out Spider. But, boy, it took every molecule in our bodies to get that rain-soaked bounce house into the bed of that truck. So I'm a little beat this morning, a little beat today, and then we do it on the fly, man. You guys 2.0, you've seen. We're going to bring it to you. We might not be able to tell you all week long that it's coming. We might tell you that morning. But we're everywhere like air. We're like it was back in the day, and that's what we do as a team. We adjust on the fly. We got guys like Gordon that are everywhere like air, and then, of course, Bomber. Bomber just makes it happen, and all of these awesome sponsors and venues that we work with. So.
Shout out to Bomber, man, 100%.
Thanks for letting me get that off my chest, man.
Yeah,
Because I get to the studio, nobody there, and then Cam got in and heard the brunt of it. Poor Cam.
Cam said, no, I'm going home.
No, Cam was like, man, I don't know, that's a long ride. I was like, well, I'll take your bike out there, and we'll ride together. He's like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, man, I got to drive him back to Royal Oak and then back up home. And we don't really need an audio guy in the remote setup, so we gave Cam the day off.
Good. He's having the day off. It's typically, I think this may be the first time we've been on location at a golf outing that I didn't play the outing and then sit in the
It's
chair.
nice to have you here.
So you know me, I got a little bit of FOMO going on, man. Legitimately, I'm trying to look on
Wait
my back.
till you go back there and get your water. You're going to have even more FOMO, my friend.
And then tell me about this, man. Like, Wabi's one of these courses that, for whatever reason, I don't typically play well here, man. Like, I do not
I've heard it's
play
tough.
well.
The greens are challenging.
Greens are challenging. It's not an overly challenging course from tee box to green. It's not a challenging course. I don't know. I think whenever I come out here, I'm just in my head.
Oh, that'll happen.
Because it's usually always fun, man. The guys out here that are members here, man, they're fun. This is not a stuffy country club.
Okay.
You go to a lot of country clubs. I won't say any name. I promise you. But you go to some of these country clubs a little bit more on the stuffy side in terms of what the members are, how they treat non-members, the food set up, what you can and cannot do on the golf course. Obviously, this is a Puff golf outing.
Third annual.
100% third annual Puff outing, so you know what that entails. You can't necessarily do the opening in a lot of outings. Music isn't necessarily music. Everybody's playing music in 2026, but not every course is like, hey, you can drop your speaker, you can get it going, turn it up.
Just don't bring the sub out, okay?
100%.
They got the sub today.
This is fun. This is a fun course. Before you shoot the round, this is a fun course. After, inside, and the food at the dining room is really good as well.
Yeah, I got a.
They've actually said that. They are officially like a 420 friendly golf club out here. And that
365 or just today?
365
Ooh, I like
all
that.
day, every day. And they said, they had some people that bowed out and might have left, but they could not get those, applications back in quick enough and fill those spots out. This place is beautiful out here.
Now, your game is at its best level ever, right?
Yes.
So you got to come back to Wabeek with a whole different mindset and just rock this course.
100%. I think, 100%. Usually I come out here, man, I'm engaging in the fun. I'm engaging in the conversations. We're cracking jokes. We're ribbing. Before and after, obviously there's drinks flowing. There's smoke typically flowing. And that's typically been my norm and typically being caught up. But now, different mindset, man. I come out here playing around. Now don't get me wrong. I may hide behind a tree or something. Well, maybe I don't have to as it relates to the cannabis-friendly model that they now imply, but it's going to be fun. We'll try that again in the near future, man. What about you? What'd you do, G? You helped out on Sunday. You helped out Anson. Did you help out on Saturday?
No, that was a couple weeks ago. I was just asking because it was Spider that actually helped me, but he knows how heavy they are.
So Anson might relate to this. This was maybe a little bit more in his past life, but I set up a little bit of a party this weekend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I sure did. So
Gordo Promotions.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it went very well. It went very well, and it was a little impromptu as well. I knew that I had a place to myself, so I was like, all right, it's 4th of July. I think we can have some fun here. And originally I didn't even plan to have like that many people over, but then people start telling other people,
man.
and no, it ended up a really good time. Like nothing broken, nothing stolen.
One question:
everybody had a good time. What's up?
Did you sleep alone?
TMI.
Listen,
man.
I
That's
don't
all
wanna,
the answer I needed right there. That's all I needed right there.
All right.
You don't have to answer that question.
Pray to the rescue.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
There you go. Allegedly.
There you go. Let the political world work a little bit.
Yep. Shout out Walled Lake is a fun time.
Speaking of cheeks, you got your peaks and cheeks ready today?
I see what you did there.
That was a Braylon level segue right there.
It was. I do have my peaks and cheeks.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do have my peaks and cheeks.
All right.
I do have my peaks and cheeks. We'll get into that. Oh, we gonna drop it right now?
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at this and I
matter.
just remember not doing any breaks. So I was setting us up for the tease for the break, and
We're
I
not
figured we'd come
doing
back.
Well, we're gonna do.
We do breaks.
Well, yeah.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, breaks, no live reads.
Yes.
That's what he
Yep.
said.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take one. We'll come back. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, what are we, 2:11 in? Yeah, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do peaks and cheeks, and we're just going to enjoy it, man. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Monday. The weather couldn't be better. I'm looking at the pool to my right, golf course to my left. This is the place to be. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday when we get back. Peaks and cheeks, man. Who impressed you over the weekend, and who disappointed you? That's the point of peaks and cheeks. So we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll get back, and we'll dive into Woodward Sports 2.0.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
And back for the third annual Puff Golf Outing here at Wabi Country Club in West Bloomfield. Technically, it's Bloomfield, Michigan, man. It's a beautiful day. And we're just chilling out here and vibing, man. Me and my co-host, Anson Wells, bringing you the Braylon Edwards Show today from a chill environment. Before we get into the rest of the content for the day, Peaks and Cheeks, what did you see from the weekend? What impressed you? What disappointed you? I'll let you start. I'll let you go first. You brought it up, Peaks and Cheeks. I got a really, really, really good peak, and I'm trying to figure out my cheek, but I'll let you start.
Do we go cheeks first or peaks first?
Let's go peaks.
Oh, you guys aren't going to like my peak. To start things off, I'm going to tell you right now.
Let's go peaks.
I was going to go Ireland Holland because I watched that match, and, man, the dude just doesn't even have to do anything for, like, the whole game. And then 40 seconds of just mastery. But
nice upset right there, man, as Norway takes down One of the favorites early on to start the tournament, I want to say they had the third best odds to win it. That would be Brazil. They beat them 2-1, and Erling Haaland played a game.
But it's not him, Bray.
It is not, 100%.
No, love him or hate him, it's Donnie Trump.
Okay.
Balagoon
Big Don
gets the call. The FIFA call is made. And by the way, the head of FIFA said this is not the first time he's had world leaders call him.
Yeah.
Not going to be the last. Certainly not after this. But
Quite frankly, you and I both know he stepped on his foot. That's not a penalty. It should never be a penalty.
It's fake
In
news.
fact, us American sports, we play harder than that. You need to let him play. Who's hosting? It's us. It's the U.S. hosting.
Tell me politics doesn't find its way into sports. Politics is found
always,
in sports for a very
man,
long time.
always. But listen, if you hate the guy, you still got to be happy because Balagoon is playing. This guy's got 3 assists, 3 goals so far in the World Cup. He's a major part of what we do. In fact, the fact that we did get him reinstated, Belgium lost their appeal today a little bit before we got here, and that means that now the U.S. men's team is actually a favorite against a top 10 ranked Belgium squad. The home court advantage is going to be huge. Home field, should I say? Home pitch, whatever it is. But this is amazing, man. I didn't expect this kind of news. I thought he was going to be out. When I heard it, I'm like, go get him, Donnie.
And I think it was 20 minutes before the show or like 30 minutes before the show, it came out that Belgium's, they appealed it and it got denied.
Mm-hmm.
So, you Belgium.
Here's a cool thing about this whole situation. Thing one, look, man, at the end of the day, I don't have to agree with everybody to like some of the things that they do. And in this particular situation, I'm disassociating things that I don't like for the thing that I do like. When it's on your home turf, you got to fight for your guys. And that's what Donald Trump did. He stood up for his player, Balagoon, got him back. He's been the best player. Pulisic, you can argue, but no, not really. Balagoon's been the best player for USA. So now you get your best guy back for the tournament. And also when you present the evidence, hey, look, when we watched that video live, there was no way that they watched that same video and gave this man a red card. That's what we said then. That's what we said now, whether you were on the opposition or whether you were USA. If you were on the opposition, it's like, oh, that's a BS call, but good for us. So now you get Donald Trump, lobbies for his player like many other leaders have done in past Olympics, no matter where they are. That's part of having home pitch, home ice, home track, home mondo, home field turf, is you have that a little bit right, man. Now you get your guy back. The second thing that's come out of that is you talked about it, man, having a team like Belgium. Belgium has stake. Belgium has validity, and now you're ahead of Belgium, and now you're the favorite to beat Belgium in the round 2. So shout out to USA and shout out to Donald Trump for getting it done. And I guess it makes sense that he will get it done on 250, right?
That's right, man. What a day to do it.
Happy 250 up to him.
Yeah, I can't be mad about it. I'm getting into the chat here. I know you guys got some things to say.
Boy.
Got some peaks and cheeks coming. I don't actually see a whole lot on
What's the chat
Donnie
man?
here.
I don't really have my laptop myself like I usually would have, man. So what's going on in the chat? How are they feeling?
I'm a little surprised that nobody's upset about the Donnie. Let's save Dante's peaks for the end there.
Yeah, I really like that one. He kind of low-key, he kind of stole mine, but we're going to let it rock. Yeah, it's all good, Dante.
Go ahead and read it then. Go ahead and squeeze him in. Let's go.
So I'll just get the super chat out right now. Shout out to Dante151, my peak is Kiter Montero, the savior of the Tigers, and the non-peak is Brandon Ayuk, who is on the AB fast track of ruining his career. Oof. The by the way, was in the super chat.
Yeah, the crazy thing about the Brandon Ayuk situation is it's a tough one to combat on because I have a lot.
He talked about the quarterback's mom.
100%. A lot of people reach out to me and people are like, "Hey, Bray, man, like, is this a CTE? Is this a thing we can't talk about?" Look, this has nothing to do with the CTE side of things as it relates to Brandon Ayuk. Like, you're pulling people's moms into it. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Also, you're pulling a whole AB as it relates to AB had one last shot, and that shot was given to him by Tom Brady. And then he went against Tom Brady at the end, started talking about Tom, started talking about Giselle, started talking about the whole thing. Brandon Ayuk is in a situation where this is kind of like a final shot situation, or this is one of those you better grasp on to this ring. If you don't grasp onto this ring, hey, you might slip and not be that Sonic that you want to be. So now you're pissed off. Jaden Daniels, you saw he responded. He gave him the proverbial Kevin Durant 2 thumbs down. Was it Kevin Durant? The meme gave him the 2 thumbs down. So. Yeah. That absolutely sucks. Ugh.
I like him. I just signed him last year on my dynasty squad at a cheap price, thinking, oh man, he's got game. That's the problem.
He thinks he has, but we talked about this. Not to cut you off.
You're good.
We talked about this last year. Tell me if I'm wrong. I was talking to Ryan Armani. Like, this is how long ago it was. I was talking to Ryan Armani about it, and I said he's not that good to act like he does.
No, nobody's good enough to act the way he has in the last week. Let's just say that first and foremost. But yes, he's not that good. Still got a lot of talent, ready to make plenty of money, still got plenty of years in the league, and you are just talking yourself out of the NFL, young man. I don't get it, man. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at the Brandon Ayuk situation like, look, man, like you had that season, and it was only one. He had a decent season. He had a good season. But there's only really one good season where you're like, okay, look at this talent. Look at what's there. We can do something with this. We'll pay this man this $30 million he's asking for. He did that with Christian McCaffrey. He did that with Kyle Shanahan, the best offensive coordinator in the game. He did that with Deebo Samuel. He did that with the young Ricky Pearsall and all the things that they were building. He did that with George Kittle. He did that on the best offensive lines in football with big dog Trent. What are you going to do when you don't have Kyle Shanahan, when you don't have CMC, when you don't have Deebo Samuel, when you don't have all these things? Are you still going to be that receiver that you were at Texas? My peak for the weekend, I always tell you, track and baseball are my first love. Talk about this all the time. We've had track runners on the show. We just had a kid, State of Michigan, already going 10, 29, and 100. It is getting out of hand. Shout out to Tate Taylor. Tate Taylor to meet this over the weekend. I want to say it was the USATF under 20. He's 18 years old. Go ahead and look him up. 18 years old, Tate Taylor, competing against grown men that, in fact, he competed against Tobogo. And if you don't know that name, Tobogo won the 200-meter dash at the Olympics, beating current, at the time, 200 champion, world champion, Olympic medal champion, Noah Lyles. Well, guess who just beat Tobogo this past Saturday and was 18 years old? Shout out to Tate Jackson. Do you know what that man ran? 19.75 as an 18-year-old in this day and age. The information that they have access to, and it's not cheating. Say, I wanted to, before I start bigging these athletes up, Gordo, because I'm 43, it's a little bit of level of, all right, let me see what's going on. Is this or this? Is this, is this when Marion Jones did her thing? Is this Balco? Is this the new form of, some steroid that you haven't had privy to, that we don't know about, that he haven't tested positive for? No, it's not that, man. It's the access to information. It is the access to drills. It's the access to knowing the things that they've been training and the drills that they've been doing for the better part 8, 9, 10 years old now. It makes no sense that he ran 1975 at 18 years old in 100. Just to put that in perspective, because I was arguing with somebody online, and they were like, "It's how Jamaicans are. Soon as America,
how are they?
Soon as Jamaican, this is how Jamaicans are in the world of track. Soon as you mention a fast time from an American, you know who they're gonna bring up. They're gonna bring up 100%. Here comes Usain Bolt, rightfully so to a certain extent. And then if on the female side, Shelly Ann Fraser Price. He said, yeah, pipe down. Usain Bolt, 1919, relax. You know what I had to do? I had to educate him a little bit, Gordo. I had to pull out the files.
What'd you say?
I said when Usain Bolt was 18 years old, and that's what I love about the internet. It's all right there. 20.01 was Usain's time. And he ran a win-aided 1999 when he was 18, but it was win-aided, didn't count it, had to bump it up. 1975, that Tate Taylor ran on Saturday, it was into a headwind. Into a massive headwind. So I say that to say this. 1975 and 20.01, they're not even in the same neighborhood.
Well, you dropped a name that got Philly Lion excited. He spent $5 to thank you.
What's up, brother?
He says, as a former NCAA track and field jumper,
talk that ish.
Thank you for bringing up track young bull Tate. He's going off the chains. Him and Gout Gout is going to be cinema.
I cannot wait for him and Gout Gout out of Australia, representing. I think he's moved on. He has a different trainer now. I think they're linked. But they're going to be dynamic, man, and they're on the collision course. Man, it's the world of track, man. I love what they're doing. And they don't necessarily – you know how some sports are. The sports that are Winter Olympics, the sports that are the Olympics, they don't necessarily get a ton of recognition throughout, the regular years when there is no Olympics. But, man, oh, man, 1975 is amazing to watch. It's amazing to see. Noah Lyles hasn't run that this year. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. 18 years old, 1975. The only thing, and maybe you can help me with this as you're a fellow athlete yourself, and congrats for being NCAA champ. I high jumped at Michigan, 7 foot.
You did, huh?
I did.
I didn't know that.
7 foot high
Very
jumper
cool.
at Michigan. But once
You got any footage?
I do actually.
We got to get that.
I bring it in. The only thing about high jump, man, like you're not meddling. You're not meddling unless you get to the 7'3". That's when you start meddling in the high jump.
Did you ever try pole vault?
Nah, I'm cool on that.
That's scary.
The fear of falling backwards.
It's just about getting to bend and getting up. That is the fear. If you don't go with full speed and full confidence, or you miss.
But once again, like pole vault is just like hockey, is just like golf. Like it's what you have access to. It's what you have coached to. In the inner city in Detroit, they don't have people teaching pole vault. Right, realistically, they're not teaching pole vault. Pole vault is something you don't see until the state meet, realistically, or you don't see until you go to college. And my freshman year in Michigan, a guy from Wisconsin was doing the pole vault. The pole vault, his stick snapped in half. He lost his life at the indoor Big Ten meet my freshman year. So, pole vault was never
Remember the guy that got hit with the javelin?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Stunk.
And right in his shoulder.
And he lived.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
Strong SOB. What about cheeks for you? Because that 1975, man, I saw that. I said I could not wait to come here and talk about that as my peak. The only thing that I would be cautious and worried about for these young athletes is doing so many drills and having so much information, and your coaches or your parents or whoever's putting it on you, that's just years of stacking workouts, stacking mental, stacking, workouts, stacking soreness, stacking injuries or overcoming. Like, when do you burn out? Because that was a good thing that we had as kids. We had multiple sports. Like, I had basketball. All right, time to go play track, time to go play football, time to go to camp. Or my dad had shut me down. Hey, look, you know what? We're going to chill this year. You're not going to do anything. They're so burnt out. That would be the only thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well, I got to go to the cheek because
who was asked this week?
Our chat is still caught up on my peak, guys. The point is Balogun is playing. Doesn't matter how he got there. Cheeks. My cheeks.
Hold on. No, talk about that. The chat is mad at 47.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's 3-3 for F Trump and Trump rocks. So we're pretty even there, such as the country these days. But there's some angry people. But listen, turn that off and just enjoy the game while we play full man tonight. All right, so full boat for the U.S. men's team. But my cheeks easily. A man from Miami, Clayton McCullough, the manager of the Florida Marlins. One young Yuri Perez, 23 years old. Now, he does have Tommy John in his past. He's coming back from it. Only his second time out since a smaller injury that he suffered earlier this year, missed most of June. And 92 pitches through 7 innings. He's got a perfect game going. On the road, the home
not
field.
A no-hitter, but a
perfect, exactly. That's huge, man. And the home crowd, which was not his crowd, not the Marlins crowd, booed the manager's decision to not bring him out. I think they ended up winning 9-8 somehow. They were like up 9-0. They gave up 8 runs in the 8th and 9th. Bring the guy out for the 8th. Let him see what happens. I get that you're trying to save him, but 92, 6 outs away from a perfect game, cheeks, Bray.
That's the baseball world that we live in today, because of the analytics, because of the numbers, and because of what that says. There you go. That's the talent you're talking about. When you have a guy that's close, you operate by, once he gets to this line, we're not going past this line. The metrics say this is how you stay healthy. The metrics say this is how you prevent injury. The metrics say this is how you continue longer into a baseball season. So, unfortunately, you don't just have studs like that.
Send him out, Bray. Come on.
You know what I don't like about it, though, is what's happening is the managers are put in place to do this because of front office. So the managers aren't doing what they want to do, and the pitchers aren't doing what they want to do. But, however, because you do it this way, because the pitcher doesn't have a choice in the matter, because the manager doesn't have a choice in the matter, now you're creating all these pitchers just can't go the distance and they're soft. And it's not their fault.
It's not.
What you see out of Tarek Skubal, what you see out of him last year against Seattle.
96.
I don't want to go anymore. I'm done. I'm good. This is what happens when your manager tells you from the higher up that tells them, hey, this guy can't go past this. And when you have game after game after game, year after year after year, eventually you think you can't. Like, you don't even believe you can do it.
That's the thing. And their whole regimen growing up is built on that 100-pitch limit. You know, even they're not giving them more than 60, 70 in the minors.
So now they can't do it.
100%.
Like Nolan Ryan.
Built for sprints, not for distance.
100%. Like Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens and Randy Johnson can pitch until the sun came up, sun goes down, and do it again. But they were used to doing it. The more you do, body builds up muscle, body builds up repetition, body builds up used to being able to do. So, like, when you're not allowing these kids to do it, their body isn't built to do it. And so when they say they can't, unfortunately, in about 3-4 years, Anson, they really will be honest.
Yeah, you know, I wish I could source it right now, but I saw this unbelievable, like the greatest pitching matchup ever from like the 60s or something. And both guys, they went like 15 innings and ended up being a 1-0 game. And both guys threw like 214, 220-some pitches. And they were fine. But that's how they were built, man.
Can I add another? Since we're just having a good fun, man, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We're just vibing out here. It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful,
You know, tomorrow when we get back in the studio, man, we're really going to hit you guys with the nuts and bolts, the facts and all that. But today is more so chill. We're laying it back. We're enjoying the third annual Puff Cannabis Golf Outing here at Wabeek Country Club. Wabeek, by the way, is in beautiful shape. You look at the landscaping around here, man, their groundskeepers are really keeping this thing up. Here's another one. It's just a little honorable mention for you, Gordo. One of the best games that I've seen in a very long time. I don't know what it is about Messi. I don't know what it is about Argentina, but they just find their way into these iconic World Cup matches.
Yeah.
The match between Argentina and Cape Verde on Saturday was epic. When I say it was epic on so many.
It's one I missed this weekend. I watched every other match but that one.
Anson, when I tell you, I know you saw the highlights, but when I tell you, you had to be there.
Yeah.
You had to be there. I'm just sitting in this moment, and I'm watching this team that one shouldn't be here.
Yep.
Like, Cape Verde has a population of 40,000 people versus Argentina, who's 46 million. There was no way Cape Verde was supposed to be in the moment, and they were in the moment.
One man.
And then, 100%, and you know where I'm going. And then, not only that one man, though, because Calabria,
somebody had to score for him.
He scored, and that kick he scored was mean. But anyway, shouldn't have been there. They were. And every time Argentina tried to take the lead, they brought them back, and they came back. And it was largely in part to the goalkeeper, Focina. Oh, my God, was he there. The greatest soccer player of all time, in my opinion, you know, different eras, different strokes for different folks, is Lionel Andre Messi. That's who's the greatest soccer of all time. Not once did he stop him. Not twice did he stop him. Not 3 times did he stop him. Not 4 times did he stop him. He blocked 5 goals by Lionel Messi. 5 shots on goal, and each one better than the last. Now, Messi did score one, and then obviously Argentina did advance 3-2. They did make it through. But what a hell of an effort. What a hell of an effort by Cape Verde. What a hell of an effort by the goalkeeper. Like, it was awesome to watch. Extra time. Went an extra whole 15 minutes before, obviously, they got a cheap goal at the end, too. But, like, it was an amazing moment. I had to give Focina some love because it was Lionel Messi that he was stopping. And I'm talking about there were goals where you're like, yep, that's going. Oh, blocked. Yeah, he's got. Oh, blocked. So shout out to Cape Verde. Shout out what they brought to World Cup this year. And shout out to Focina, who had an amazing World Cup. Started World Cup with 40,000 fans.
And now the king of his own country.
And now
he's going back to a palace, bro.
You know what I love about how he started? He started with 40,000 on Instagram. Their country only has 40,000 people. And now he's at 22.2 million.
22 now?
22 million.
What was he at the end of the game before the game ended? Like 2 million, right?
Yeah, he was at like 2 million after that first game. We didn't even. That was another thing about him. He was able to hold him and his team, Spain, to a 0-0 tie in the first group.
Crazy. That's my squad, Spain, man.
100%. So shout out to Focina. I know we got a little bit off track, but I had to throw him in there for some love too, man. Amazing tournament out of him. An amazing way to show up for Cape Verde. Just watching the people in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when your country only has 40,000 people and you see those people there, like, not everybody has money in those type of countries.
Did you see half the country showed up to welcome him home when they flew home?
As they should.
Hell yeah.
As they should.
RJ Graham in the chat. Anson, you big dummy. You missed the biggest game. Well, I got to say.
He was working. He was busy.
The game that I was really obviously,
night.
there was a lot that I watched, but last night's game, I went on record. I said Mexico was making it to the Final Four. beating England was, I thought, their biggest hurdle. In that game, my name is Anson Charles Wells. And fuck England, dude. I'm as English as they get, and I was not happy with that game last night. Like, I love Mexico, and I love my Mexican people so much. Just the idea of them getting to party last night with one more win for that whole great country and all those beautiful people, I was hot, man. I thought they were going to get – they had so many chances in the final, like 7 minutes. So, yeah, I was heartbroken about that one. But tonight we got an interesting one. There is some breaking news. We should probably go to we'll tease you with this and hit a break. DeMar DeRozan has been waived. Not the breaking news we hope for, but it opens the door.
It opens the door. Cheeks, you save that for later?
I just gave it. It's that damn McCullough in the Marlins.
I'm tripping. Cheeks for you? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, we got you.
I can't hear you on the set. I can now. Nope.
Never mind.
Oh, there you are.
There it is.
You got it?
Hello. You're back. Hello. Talk to us.
So Cheeks for me, you guys put me on the spot here a little bit. I didn't consume a whole lot of sports this weekend. I consumed a lot of something else. But
attaboy.
You know what? I'll jump in. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
I'll do this. We'll come to break. You think of yours. We'll figure it out on the way out, and then we'll talk a little bit about DeMar DeRozan being waived and what that means for the Pistons. For me, it's simple. Chicago Cubs lost 17-1 on Saturday to the St. Louis Cardinals, and they were at home. By the way, and they were
at home,
and they were at Wrigley.
Whoa.
17-2.
Happy Fourth,
the
Chicago.
game before that, they won to the score of 15-2. I saw a pretty cool stat. They're the only team to ever win and then lose by more than a 10-point margin since the early 1900s.
Chicago taking L's all year.
Yeah,
you don't get credit for the 15. When you also gave up 17.
Exactly.
And only scored 1. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll come back from the beautiful YB Country Club in the 3rd annual Puff Cannabis outing. See you in a minute.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Back on location, like we said before, we're going to break, man. 3rd annual Puff Cannabis outing here at YB Country Club in Bloomfield, Michigan. Looking at some of the stuff, man, like when you come to these outings like this, Anson, they have a lot of vendors, a lot of sponsors, a lot of people that have partnered up to show their brand, share their brand. And you get a lot of these goodie bags, if you will. First of all, the bag itself, it's not a bad bag. Check that out, bag. 3rd annual. You got the old school golfer, if you will. Got the YB W right here. Let's check out some of this stuff.
But Bray, they're never this heavy. This thing is packed.
This thing is loaded, man.
Unbelievable.
Got edibles, pre-rolls, Do you have
golf towel?
Flour, I believe.
Gummies.
Rarely do you get flour.
Vapes.
There you go. A lot of vapes for the people out there. Cartridges, like some gelato.
That's only 1/3 of the stuff in
Maui, Wowie, if you will. Got puff. They got a lot of stuff, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now, this is where the THC and then CBD, this is really meat for individuals like myself. Now, on the golf course, this is where some of the golfers can use this stuff, man. You got like the Chill to Go Extreme. This is Chill Medicated. We used to rep them for a little while. I think you love their jingle.
It's not science, it's magic.
There it
Or
is.
it's not magic, it's science.
There it is. But
I do love that track, dude.
I feel like helping out this weekend, man. I had a good time over Brittany's parents' house, man. We actually were able to merge our parents. My parents were doing something with my aunt, and that thing fell through. So they decided to come on over to Brittany. So we merged them together, 100%. So we had a lot of fun, pool access. But this, I feel like I threw my back out, man. I love that on
You know, I know that they're talking basketball in here.
Yeah.
I do want to come back to the World Cup because there's a lot to talk about still. There's some really cool stuff that happened. In fact, Portugal and Spain are playing right now.
Shout out to Mr. 18 minutes.
Oh, okay. Somebody said that they're on right now.
At 3 o'clock.
Spain's my team. That was my first experience back in '94 out in Sevilla during the World Cup. I was in Spain, and I just didn't understand how big it was until I got to experience it firsthand. So I've always been partial to Spain, but the Messi-Ronaldo fantasy remains alive.
Okay.
And so part of me, if Spain lost this and Portugal made it to the finals to meet Argentina, I mean, that's the matchup I think that all of the soccer world wants, right?
It is. It is. Like, I want to see it just so I can see Lionel Messi bury.
I know you want.
Cristiano
I do.
Ronaldo.
I'm partial to Ronaldo. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like it's funny that I would go for Messi when Messi's like his skill. Meanwhile, Ronaldo is the guy that like, he and I probably got the same workout. Like he and I got the same.
You guys would be boys, dude.
True, but hear me out on this. I feel like they've kept them away for a very long time for a reason. And I feel like it's two powers that be. I feel like maybe it's majority of the powers that don't want Ronaldo to look bad.
Ooh.
Because I think it's the powers, one that don't want Ronaldo. I don't think they want him to look bad. And this could be me. Like they've been putting these brackets together for the last 4 World Cups that they've been a part of. And they've been cooking with grease for the last 2 World Cups in terms of what their status has been, them coming into GOAT status, icon status, legendary status. You could have set this up in 2022, you didn't. You could have set this up in 2024, you didn't. It's like, if it happens, it's going to happen at the end. So I feel like whatever the reasoning is, they're still trying to make sure that it doesn't happen until the very end. I know that much.
That would be this,
Yeah.
right? You think Ronaldo coming back in 4 years?
Nah. Ronaldo would. Messi wouldn't. Because I can see Ronaldo as a LeBron type because he's like a LeBron type. Like, I don't have it. I haven't done it.
I kind of see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not disrespecting him, but I haven't won the World Cup. I haven't even played in the World Cup match. You know, what is he? What is he? He's peak shape. He's peak conditioning. He's spending this on my body. I'm doing all these things. What is LeBron? Peak shape, peak conditioning. I'm spending $2 million on my body a year and the things that I'm doing. I'm going to play again next year when I'm 43 in the NBA trying to play whatever. So I think if it doesn't happen for Ronaldo, you'll still see him play in 4 years, trying to get that last-ditch effort. He's going to be in shape. Messi's just playing because he loves soccer. He's the GOAT.
They're still going back and forth about
47?
about our guy being able to play today and how that happened.
In terms, what are they going back and forth about? Like, it seems that there was a call made. I don't know all the information.
So Jack Dozer kind of puts it together.
Okay.
F Trump or go Trump, I don't care. At this point, all I want is our freedoms to remain intact. Say no to the I didn't read the second half. I love my country and I love Woodward. I'm gonna leave it at that. Listen, guys, like this is why we're here on Monday, not to talk about the stuff that plagues our society's conversation right now. We're here to enjoy the breeze, to enjoy a golf outing. Our U.S. men's team is about to take a step tonight that they've never taken in like 100 years. And the fact is we're full strength. We got our best offensive weapon through this World Cup so far playing tonight. And the fact is if you hate your boss, but he goes to bat for one of your employees, you should respect that because you get to watch our boy play tonight. You get to watch our American U.S. soccer team full strength against a top 10 team and an opportunity to move on. And honestly, don't talk politics tonight. Sit down with your friends and family and talk football tonight. That's it. That's what we're here.
Yeah, football to you. Look, I think when Anson made the comment, he wasn't trying to get the chat stirred up in politics. He wasn't trying to get the track.
I didn't want him going there. I want him stirred up, but I don't want y'all fighting.
That's fine. Look, at the end of the day, two things can be true. Two things can be true, and in this particular moment, you can separate that thing for what he did in terms of like getting Balogun, making that phone call, get him back on the pitch this field. Tonight he will be on that pitch, and he has been the best player for Team USA. So in this moment, and there it is. You can talk about the rest of that tomorrow.
Heck yeah. But let's talk some hoops. There's some people excited in the chat here that we were talking World Cup. I think we'll probably touch on the game again a little bit later this show. But I know hoops have been hot, and we've all been waiting for 12:01 today, because a lot of those moves would take effect. There's the small trade with Sasser, where he got moved to the Mavericks. We don't know the deal or the details on that yet. They still haven't been released today. I was hoping we'd have a little more for the show, but basketball's still on the minds of Detroiters right now. Fans are excited and kind of pissed off. They're divided. You should have seen us on Friday. We had Kool-Aid, and we were really surprised at how many Piston fans are not happy with Trajan Langdon right now. And I think that's a carryover of the frustration with the other teams in Michigan not making these big moves. So as you've had some time over the weekend, how are you feeling about the Pistons' direction?
It's very similar to what the Lions have done, in my opinion. I feel like they've made some good is a relative term. They've made moves that you can look and say, you can point to and say, okay, that's a cool move. They haven't made moves where I'm like, great. They haven't made moves where I'm like, oh, this is going to be, this is really the one. They've made moves where I'm like, okay, I can see this working to the tune of second round of the playoffs. Like, they haven't made a move where they haven't shown me ideology that I'm like, oh, my God. But I don't know if I'm necessarily looking for them to do that. We kind of knew at the beginning of free agency, like when moves weren't made, when the big move wasn't made, you know what they're doing. You understand what they're doing. They're going to get younger. They're still going to keep to the same beat, not necessarily spend all the money, if you will. And this is what they're going to do. They understand that they have a team in last year that wasn't the best version of itself and was able to be 60 wins in the East, win the East, and then contend for Eastern Conference to get to the NBA Finals. And that's what they're trying to continue to do right now. Save money, but at the same time add some pieces. They move on from Tobias Harris, but you add John Collins, who was essentially a younger version, that more athletic and can shoot better. You had Isaiah Joe, and everybody's like, oh, we got Isaiah Joe, he's a shooter. I'm like, he's all right. I mean, he's cool. Played a lot more this year because of the injury to J-Dub, so you were able to see what he could be for OKC. But you bring him in here, it's kind of a Scott Mitchell situation to a certain extent. No disrespect to Isaiah Joe or Scott Mitchell, but you saw – snapshot size, and this could work here for a little bit.
You know who I compare it to?
What?
DJ Reed.
Okay. Yeah.
You go out and you get a nice piece.
Opposite side, so
not a a big guy. You know, a little bit of a tweener, can do some nice things, but not the splash that Detroit fans want.
Here's the only reason why, because I've come to this space where I've started to understand, much like you guys, what they're doing. You don't need to rush it. Take your time, if you will. The Detroit way, be patient, etc. The only problem is we live in a new professional sports landscape. Teams are getting good faster. Teams are winning faster. And I feel like when you see that, the Detroit Lions have had a chance to operate in that space for the last 5 years, and they haven't necessarily made the best moves. The Tigers have had a chance to operate in that space for 3 years now, and they haven't necessarily made the best move. The Red Wings, we don't even need to mention. So when you look at the Pistons, and you're looking at a team where last year they won 60 games, number one in the East, a very open East. At the end of the season, when the season's over, we're a New York Knicks team, wins the – Knicks won it all. The Knicks won it all, doing it that way. You didn't have them pegged to do that before the season started. Fast forward to where the Pistons are now. Season ends from draft from trade to free agent to draft till now. Detroit hasn't gotten better than 4 other teams in the East. And you're watching teams make moves so that they can compete on the championship level. You're watching teams make moves so that they get better enough to challenge the two that matter at the top. And I feel like if I'm looking at it through that landscape, if I'm not looking at it as something like, oh, okay, they had a couple moves, good for them, we'll contend. If I'm looking at it through, I'm trying to win, I'm trying to challenge, I'm paying attention to what Philly, Boston, New York, Toronto, Miami. When I'm looking at what the teams are doing that you're going to be compared to, these teams are making moves. These teams are getting better. You're making moves, but are you getting better or are you staying the same in a younger aspect?
I love that you're driving us in that direction because I have a question for you, kind of a two-parter here. First, I want to ask you who's your favorite in the East. So let's just do this. I'm going to ask you, start with the East. I want to know who your Final Four are in the conference finals. So for me in the West, obviously I think San Antonio is going to be there, and I still think that OKC is there. I haven't seen anybody else knock me off of the opinion of those two being the top two teams out West. Right? Now in the East, it's a lot different. You mentioned a lot of teams there. You mentioned the Knicks. They're the champs. They do lose 3 key pieces. It sounds like they did just re-sign Andre Drummond to replace the loss of Mitchell Robinson. Landry Shamet, Alvarado gone. Maybe could still return, but they're going to basically limp back in the same Power 5 starting lineup they have and try and assemble some semblance of depth behind them. Same thing that they did last year. And it worked, clearly, as you mentioned. I think that Orlando probably got the best improvement out of any team. You had Vukovic. You hopefully have a fully healthy Wagner that comes back this year. And that's a team that we thought was a top 4 team to start last season. We saw how they played against the number 1 seed Pistons when they had Wagner. We probably don't get out of that series if he's not injured for the last 2 games. So I like that team a lot, but then
Cleveland beat you.
Cleveland absolutely beat you. You don't know what's happening with Harden. I believe they didn't exercise his right, so they might have him to be able to work in a sign-and trade, or he might be an outright free agent. They have to make a move. Is that LeBron? Yeah. If it is, instant favorites in the East, 100%. Boston, to me, if I had to put my money on somebody coming out of the East, it'd be Boston, but I'd put the Detroit Pistons at number 2 behind them. Call me crazy. I'm putting Orlando 3, and then I'm putting the Peasants at 4. And I said it, Peasants.
So wait. I gotta specify now because we talked about this previously. Peasants are now the Philadelphia 76ers.
I forgot it's the Sixers. Damn it.
Is that because have we officially made that, or starting in the new NBA season, we're turning a new leaf with the term Peasants?
Oh, you want me to call them the Philadelphia Peasants now and
yeah.
switch it over? I can call them both. Give me your where do you rank Philly? Because I just left them out of there, and that's my fault.
If I'm looking at Philly in terms of who's better, like just on roster and the players and things of that nature, I think the Philly should be above the Pistons. However, I don't trust Philly. I will never trust Joel Embiid. I will never trust Paul George, and I will never trust
Paul George now in Boston.
Exactly.
Jaylen Brown.
My apologies. But Jaylen Brown's there. That situation feels confusing to me.
Yes.
Like they moved him out of the Boston situation. We never got a chance to talk about all the things that are going on with that situation. Like it seems rushed to get him out of there, to get him.
Hell of a starting lineup, though.
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
VJ
saying.
developing the way he is.
Regular season over them, but then what happens in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So, but yes, Philly. Yeah, Philly. I got Philly over the Pistons.
Who do you have as number 1? Chat, we want to hear from you guys, too. Rank your top 4 teams in this year's Eastern Conference.
I'm going Knicks.
Gordon?
Is it my top 2 in the East?
Because realistically, I'm going Knicks. Think about it. I'm going Knicks from this standpoint. Everybody got better. A couple teams have gotten better. They moved up. We mentioned them. The Knicks, they've gotten rid of 2 people or 3 people. They're still going to bring people in. They still have their starters.
They don't have any money to bring anybody impactful, though. That starting lineup is the thing, because those 5 and the cohesion they've had since going back to college.
You can find a Landry Shamet. You can find a Mitchell Robinson. Like Mitchell Robinson is a body.
They signed Drummond.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, so there's him, and he's got a little more range. He's not as bad from the free throw line. You're probably not gonna be Hacker Drummond,
That's what I'm saying. So like when you look at it that way, like what have the Pistons done to earn 2 for you?
So I love the Abuko Corrier. I think that he's going to be a big part of this offense, and I think that we're going to be pleasantly surprised with him. I love Isaiah Joe. I think that Isaiah Joe's in a spot where you saw him fill in for SGA as well as J-Dub, as you mentioned, a guy that can flirt between the 1, the 2, and even sometimes 3 in a small ball lineup. And then you bring in John Collins. And let's be honest, Tobias at his peak was a better player than John Collins at his peak. But right now, John Collins is 28 years old. He adds to the rim game. He plays above it, so you've got the lobs, you've got the rebounding, you've got just the defense at the rim that you didn't get from Tobias, and you have a better outside three-point shooter. We've talked about this many times. You lose a lot in your leadership, But I think that as much as we love the identity of Detroit basketball, it's not how you win championships fully. You have to have some finesse. You have to have some skilled scorers. We're still missing that number 2. And I do think that happens at some point. But going into the season, I honestly love us as about the number 2, kind of neck and neck with Boston. I know I drink that Pistons Kool-Aid, but I really like what we did on the heels of a 60-win season.
So do you like what the Pistons could be if they make this last move, and that's where you're judging the Pistons?
Nope. I'm judging them on the current roster.
Okay.
And again, if LeBron ends up in Cleveland, if the Pistons land Trey Murphy, if the Celtics land Trey Murphy, any move like that from any one of these 5, maybe even 6 teams, maybe we're leaving Atlanta out, any one of these teams that makes that deal, whoever gets to it first, if somebody in the East gets Trey Murphy from Joe Dumars, it's their conference.
It still remains to be seen, man. One thing about my Detroit teams, man, is I have to see it. Like, I got to see it come to fruition, man. Like, I keep buying into what they're trying to build and the patience and the building the right way, and they're stacking chips and they're stacking pieces. I get that and I understand that, but you need to stack enough pieces for me to fully buy in. Also, too, like, I need K to be better this year.
Yep.
I need K to be better in the playoffs. I need better decision-making in the playoffs. I need better in the crunch time. I need better to start the games, if you will. J.B. Bickerstaff has to be better this year. John Collins, I want to see what that looks like early on in this year. And we're putting a lot of stock in Abuka Okorie. He's a 17th pick overall in the NBA draft. Like, how much stock is being placed in 17 picks overall in the NBA?
And he was mocked to about 28, right?
He's
moving up. But, hey, Blake Miller did the same thing. We got high hopes for him. That a lot of people.
Football's a little different, though. Like football,
Sure.
I'm placing stock in the 17th
You
pick
get good
overall.
players out of the 3rd round. We don't have it a 3rd round in hoops. No, I know it. Jerry Miller says Knicks, Philly, Toronto, Detroit. Toronto, another team that we haven't mentioned.
Don't sleep.
I think that's a lateral move. In fact, it might make them worse.
Whoa.
Brandon Ingram had a probably a career year last year. You're going to get 60 games. Now, I know he played a full season last year, Gordo, but when you look at Kawhi, Kawhi is a guy that just doesn't give you enough games. Now, he's going to be at home. His second home, I guess, is Toronto now, and he's going to be comfort. They got a 1-year window, and I know they played excellent last year, but without Brandon Ingram, they couldn't get in the playoffs, and that's kind of what you saw. So maybe with him, because Brandon Ingram was out, they could have gotten out of that first round.
The thing I would say about Kawhi going there, man, I think it's going to be a beneficial move for the Toronto Raptors. I think Scotty Barnes is going to benefit from that move. I think a lot of people there are going to benefit from that move. And then also, too, when you get Kawhi in a space where he doesn't have to be in the limelight, like when he was in San Antonio, he was cooking with grease. When he was in Toronto and he was high north of the border, he was cooking with grease. They won a championship. You get him in L.A., you got him trying to do commercials, you got him trying to be out and be social and be personable and go out to the clubs with James Harden. That's just not who he is and what he wants to do. I think he is at his best.
In future music videos.
Exactly. That ain't what he want to do. He's at his best when he's chill. And even when he was in L.A., look at the numbers he was putting up. Look at the things that he's did. Hey, somebody cracked a joke about Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he's not going to play. How about you go do yourself a favor? Look at the last 3 years. Kawhi Leonard played more games than Cade Cunningham. So realistically, I think he is in the spot for him, and I do agree with you. I think Toronto's going to be a lot better. I have them right there with the Pistons.
Okay, so let's take this question out of the chat and tease them for when we come back. Because
Real quick, can I say who I
Please.
think? All
You
right,
do
so
whatever you would like, sir.
for the East, I have Boston, Detroit. I think coaching is one of the most important things in the NBA, and I think that you see it. I think just in the sport of basketball in general, we saw it in college basketball, and I think we're gonna see it again. I think J.B. Bickerstaff is one of the best coaches. I think Missoula is one of the best coaches, and I think that the cream will rise to the top, especially in an East where it's going to be such a bloodbath throughout the regular season. You have all of these teams that are right there. They're fighting for that. All these teams in between from 1 to 6. Yeah. We're really kind of scratching our heads wondering where these teams are going to line up. You know what I mean? So I think the regular season is going to be a bloodbath, but I think J.B. Bickerstaff and some of the other coaches like a Joe Mazzulla, and then OKC, Denver, San Antonio on the western side of things, like kind of the same thing with their coaching. So I think that's going to be huge. But I got Detroit, Boston, and then I have Denver, OKC on the west.
I like the bloodbath angle. I think you're 100% correct. I think that's what the East has been. The East has been, with the exception of maybe when the Bucks kind of took off for a second. But I agree with you. The only thing I would say when you bring up coaching, Joe Mazzulla, he did it. and he won a championship, and it's hard to deny that. But last year, he had spots where you realize, like, this guy is struggling. 2 years ago, he had spots where you realize that he's allowing these guys to shoot themselves to death. He got shoot the 3-ball, die by the 3-ball, and I think that hurt him. I need to see what he's going to be this year with no Jaylen Brown. Now it's Jason Tatum. Now he's got that light-skin energy. What is he going to do with the light-skin energy? Is he going to have to cater to Jason Tatum? What's that look like? And also the other guy that you brought up, you bring up J.B. Bickerstaff. We saw him, and I know, Anson, I know that he didn't have the talent. You don't have all the players, so he's the limited. I don't want to hear that. J.B. Bickerstaff has to be better.
Yeah.
He does, to be better.
100%. I'm not putting him in the top 2 or 3 or 4 in the East. That's for damn sure. Real quick here, Luke Asari, would you rather trade 3 firsts for Trey Murphy or 1 pick for KD? Now, I don't think that's the deal, but Friday we went real deep into KD, and the chat went real deep with us.
Why don't people like KD?
I think it's
because I have no problem with KD.
I don't have a problem with him either. It's the fact that he makes twice as much. He has a player option on the second year, so you might only get him for 1. Or he comes back at 46 versus 3 years of Trey at half price. A piece that when he looking to get re-signed, maybe has a chip with you, is 30 years old and is a guy that you're legitimately considering signing for the next 3 or 4 years.
I mean, I feel like we're in a space of figuring it all over at the end of the season anyway. I mean, that's the world we live in now. At the end of the season, this is what Brad Holmes is doing every single year. All right, what does it look like this year? What does it look like that year? So, for me, I'm going with KD because I understand. The Pistons were how close to the championship this year? How close were the Pistons to, let's say, getting to the Eastern Conference Finals? They were that close, right? And then getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, you guys are the ones that told me styles make fights. That means they were that close to the finals. You had a piece like KD, you're ready now.
Yep.
Like, you're ready now. And to your point, I don't get year 2, year 3. I don't get to rebuild with somebody that maybe helped me win a championship, but
you only get one shot at this trade.
But I'm trying to go get it.
But what I'm saying is you only get one shot at this trade in this window because you can only give up so many of your first-round picks. And, Ron Holland, that piece that we think that he is, I don't know what he's valued around the league, but you give him up maybe some of these Duncan pieces that make the salary work. And if you don't get that one-year championship with KD, and he leaves, it's over. So give me a shot with multiple years from one of these guys. And I know that Trey Murphy's not quite in that conversation of being like a top player, and you talked about it. You want that other one. You don't want a Robin. You want another Batman. I broke it down on Friday. Trey Murphy, number 10 in 9-cat efficiency stats. And when you rank those top 10 players, they're all the best players in the NBA. In fact, Cade ranks 20th on that list. So Trey Murphy, as the number 1 option for the majority of the year, as we saw Zion in and out of the lineup, this is a guy that if you don't put all of the pressure on him and all the attention on him, would thrive, much to the tune of 40 in the finals like J-Dub did. I think that is the pairing you'd be looking at, is an even bigger, more imposing style of play between a J-Dub and an SGA. Now you have Cade and Trey Murphy.
Let me ask you this question, though, and that's fair, and I appreciate that, that stat you came with, which also you putting Cade in there as 20 actually kind of helps in my favor. It's like, so that stat really doesn't matter because Cade's not 20, so you see what I'm saying? I did there, but
those turnovers hurt his numbers.
100%. Turnovers do hurt his numbers. But how much of that is, how do I phrase this? Can he do that with the pressure on?
Trey
Murphy. Because it's one.
No, we don't know that because he played with New Orleans.
But that's what I'm asking. Like, if I'm betting the situation, if I'm going to exhaust 3 first rounds on the guy, if I'm going to pass up on the chance of getting the Slim Reaper or somebody else, I got to ask these questions. How much of that is Trey Murphy just going out there and not just playing basketball because he knows he doesn't have anything to worry about in New Orleans? There's no show in New Orleans. There's nobody worrying about the Pelicans, especially when Zion Williamson's not in there. It's a very different game than when you come to this team and we're expecting you to be better than Cade on some nights. We're expecting you to earn this money that we're going to pay you. We're expecting you to go out there and be worth the 3 first-round picks that we're giving up for you. When people have pressure, when people have those things on, they play a little bit different. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that would be for me. Do we know that this guy is going to be like that? Do we know we'll get New Orleans Pelicans Trey Murphy when he comes to Detroit? And now he's gotten paid. Now the money is like, it's another thing. Athletes getting paid. Does it change?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I'm trying to find KD's numbers this year in the playoffs because
he didn't play in the playoffs.
He played, what, 2?
Oh, yeah, they played.
Played 2 games, shot 583 from the field, 250 from 3. And what did he average here? 23 points over 2 games total. That's not the playoff performer I'm looking for. That's a 11.5, 3 and 2.5 stock and a full stock between the two of them. He did not show up in the playoffs at all. I really worry about this being that wrong trade. Just where you get the name and everybody in Detroit's happy, you don't win the championship, and then he walks because he got the play option to do it.
Getting them, like, KD won't work unless they get to the championship. Like, that's the only way it'll work. Because if they don't, everybody will say, oh, this happened, we shouldn't have got this guy. Or if he gets injured, see, he was old, you shouldn't have got his old ass, shouldn't have bought him.
Give me the 3 years of trade, Bray.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I just don't see him worth. I just don't see the hype.
I hope we see one of them at least.
Yeah. I just don't see the hype. Still coming to you live. When we get back, we got to tell you about the golf outing out there because there's a lot going on behind the golf outing, a lot of prizes, a lot of things in store for the individuals out here to win the day. Here we go. Check this out. This is long. Puff, home of the largest cannabis inventory in the country with 12 Michigan locations, brings together top brands, partners, and supporters for a day of golf. Networking and giving back. That's also what this thing is about. It's the networking side of things. A lot of people, a lot of these brands, they work in the same space, but they want to network. What does your side of the state look like versus what does my side of the state look like? Like, where's your engagement? What's your engagement like? That's what these events are about. It's about the networking. It's about keeping this strong here in the great state of Michigan. The competition is on, though. $20,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. 4 chances to win a brand new. Well, I'm not out here. I want to win a Corvette. Where's the Corvette hole at? Where is the Corvette hole at? I'm about to pull up on it right now. All right, here we go. 4 chances to win a new Corvette courtesy of Feldman Automotive. This year's special guests include White Boy Rick. Shout out to my boy White Boy Rick. Trick, Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson. Side note, the concert was epic last Thursday. CJ, I do appreciate that. Usher, Chris Brown. Thanks to Calvin Johnson and his beautiful wife, Brittany Johnson. The world long drive champ, Maurice Allen, along with many more. Most importantly, today's event supports 3 outstanding organizations: the Marvin Toma Foundation, the Tyler Tomina Foundation, and the Chaldean American Chamber of Commerce. I actually played in one of their outings, I want to say 2 years ago, and won a putter for closest to the pin. It was at another country club, Shenandoah. There we go. And then it's another unforgettable day at Wabeat Country Club, and you got the rest, all the charities, all the outings. That's what we're doing here. We're networking, we're engaging, just like you. Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll dive more into the Detroit Pistons and also some other news that broke earlier today that we will get to. But see you in a second.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. 1's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We are back. Third annual Puff Cannabis outing. Wabi Country Club in Bloomfield, Michigan on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. And I'm telling you, I'm used to being out there, but it is good to be with you guys right here.
It's a great day weather-wise after the week we just had.
Saturday was nice though, man.
Yeah, it was.
We did, and I knew it was gonna be okay. Like that's why we didn't go to the park. Like my auntie was trying to get us to come down to Huron Parkway, which started a big war.
But the sides came together.
Half of them.
Okay.
You know how family is, man. Family, man.
All too well, my friend.
Yeah, we fight, we make up, love each other, man.
That's
love
right.
you, love you, auntie, love you, cousins. But we had a good time. They did their thing down in Laurel Huron. They had a good time. Weather kind of held up for them, and we did our thing. We merged it. Brittany's, mine, merged that thing together, and we had a blast. Got a chance to celebrate Rain. So we celebrated 3-1. So Rain's birthday is Thursday. Was Thursday, the 2nd. CP, my stepfather, happy birthday, Dad. His birthday was Friday, the 3rd, and obviously the 4th is the 4th. So we celebrated both their birthdays and the 4th at Brittany's house at the pool. We did fireworks.
That's awesome, though.
Shout out to Kenneth James, man. He put it down. Hell of a fireworks show by him. Neighborhood was competing. It was back and forth. We had ours right around like 11 and 11 Mile and Power. And in some other neighborhoods, they were shooting off fireworks. We were shooting off fireworks. A lot of fun. My father probably would be mortified if I told you how old he was, so I won't. But she celebrated 4, talking about Rain. My father celebrated blah, blah, blah.
With a 4 at the end.
100%. When I tell you, I could not distinguish who was having the best time between the 4-year-old
That's great.
and the
Something
70+.
4-year-old.
There you go. Like it was something in the air, man. Like it was a magical Saturday. Like her family had a great time. My family had a great time. Like her grandfather was there. He's 96, and CP. So I'm like, CP, you don't have to feel bad. This man's 96 and proud of it. So it was just so much love in the air, man, and everybody just enjoyed it. And it rained for a minute. We got the kids out the pool. As soon as we got the kids out the pool and in the house, it was time to get them back in because the rain kind of blew over. So Saturday was a magical day. Shout out to all the people that either did fireworks, cooked food, whatever you did. You made it a hell of a weekend.
The 250 was cool. I'd always seen like old movies that take place in 1976, and everybody was all excited about the 200. I asked my dad and some other people, like, man, 76 was cool, man. And they all said it. When I pulled into my subdivision, after I'd gone to some other events, it was like the London fog had arrived. You couldn't see 20 feet in front of you. Everyone was out. I mean, everyone was out. And there were fireworks, like you said, competing everywhere. And there was an extra hype to everyone on Saturday that I encountered. And I don't want to dig up too much from the beginning, but I felt like some people were kind of they weren't all in. By the end of the day, I felt like everybody was all in on 250. It was a special one. Honestly, I don't get that hype for 4th of July. And I wasn't that hype for this one. But in hindsight, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't get that hype either for 4th of July because realistically, when the country was free in 1776, you already know where I'm going to go. Like, we were not. So as it relates to when people say Happy 4th, I'm like, yeah, sure, But for me, I was able to disassociate that from the energy of, man, it's family. Like whenever
Brought you together.
That part. So the fact that it brought me together with the fam, we were doing our thing, it was a lot of fun. And you're right. 250 in there, I think it was a bigger holiday. You started to see a lot of stuff on Hulu, a lot of stuff on Netflix, a lot of stuff on TV. A lot of the sporting events were really dialing into
and the social
building
media.
up. Social media went crazy about it. And obviously, number 47, the commander-in-chief in charge, he's going to make sure you knew how important 250 was. So they did a good job in terms of pushing 250, the relevance out there, and you could not miss it.
It was unavoidable.
It was
unavoidable at every turn, man.
And you have World Cup here.
Yeah. Good timing.
World Cup is another version of the Olympics, and what I mean by that, it's country versus country. So you had America hosting, one of the greatest events that is World Cup, the largest sporting event in the world. So it just lines up.
Yeah,
it was one of those years.
That was part of the sales pitch.
100%.
We're gonna have 250 that same year. Bring it to the U.S.
You're not lying about that, man. It was fun though.
It's still fun because honestly, even though it's past, I still feel the energy from it. And to your point, I think the World Cup is really helping carry it. The fact that the U.S. is playing tonight, it's like July 4th, 0.2. Yeah. Like if we get a dub tonight,
it keeps going.
It does.
Like it keeps going. Like I do love that element of World Cup and Olympics, man. It does typically bring, it brings the country together. Like, it brings the country together and watching. Like, what was the last big one, man? I guess hockey. And Woodward Sports, we did it right, man. Shout out to the watch party that was against, was the USA versus Canada, man. We did it big for Woodward Sports. That's a hell of a moment, man. The team we're not supposed to beat, I don't care who didn't play or not, man. We beat their ass, you know what I'm saying? So that was a moment. Rewind back to France and USA at the Olympics in 2022. Like, Steph and LeBron go crazy in that Olympics. And Steph, that last game, like, I feel like that game is what turned – let me not say it that way. Steph is Steph. That game solidified –
cemented his legacy.
Yes, there you go.
100%.
Solidified.
He had his rings. He had his threes. But he put the whole country on his back in one shot over the future of basketball. It was the perfectly encompassed moment, man. The old beating the new, just the last one. But I'm taking it from you, Wemby.
You know what that felt like? That felt like Tom and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's like Tom and Patrick.
100.
I like that.
And I understand who Patrick didn't have. I do not care. I know he didn't have his whole offensive line. But you got the young guy that's ascending, Gordo. He's trying to come. He's trying to take the reins in my show now. And Tom Brady on a new team, 49 years old. I'm being funny, obviously. I think he was 43 at the time, which is still
57.
Old. That's exactly.
Something up there.
And he gets the dub. He gets the Super Bowl. Like, that's what it's about, man. But, yeah, so that was a lot of fun watching. But World Cup, it does not fail right now.
Shout out. And real quick, shout out to Michigan Go Blue in the chat. Braylon, we touched on this a little bit when we were talking Kevin Durant earlier, but Braylon, thoughts on Kevin Durant, IG stuff, and Pistons rumors. I don't like the fake love either. You with Detroit or you not with us? And real quick before you get to that, Bray, the hat that he posted with today, so it is a little bit deceiving because it's kind of like this where it is an Old English D looking hat, but it's his brand and it's not supposed to be like Detroit related. So it's an Old English D, but it's not the Old English D, if you know what I mean. But yeah, anything just on what's going on in the IG lately?
People digging hard, man.
Look, one thing about this athlete in this day and age is they understand how to pander. They understand, I love that smell that I'm smelling right now, but they understand how to pander. They understand how to lightly troll. They understand what the mission calls. And right now, Kevin Durant has been mentioned to the Detroit Pistons. And you can go back, and that's what also started getting big is, remember when Kevin Durant pulled Cade aside in 2023 after the game, started talking to him, and he made the comments, man, Cade is this, Cade is that, Cade is this. So, yeah, like KD understands, hey, look, I'm trying to keep my brand out here. I'm trying to keep my brand valuable. I'm trying to keep what I'm worth. But also maybe he sees something, because he was probably the first. And a lot of validity came from that. A lot of people got excited. A lot of people here in Detroit that didn't even believe in Cade yet. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, non-believer, because there was some of you, like myself, at that time when KD said that, I was like, we'll see. He sees it before I do. KD was one of the first ones to say Cade was like that. And Cade understood the game, and Cade could be some of those things. So if KD did come here, if the deal was done for him to get here, I will say this. It's not going to be a situation where he went to Golden State and was the best player on that team. You say what you want to about.
He was.
Thank you. Best player on that team, and the Finals MVPs. Both of them show it. He went to the Nets. He's the best player on that team. Gave the team everything he had. Tried to win a championship. And it was his team. When he went to Phoenix, even though D Book was there, it was KD's team.
You know, when I look at him,
this won't be his team.
When I look at him going to Houston, it's like, who did he go there for? He went there for the chance. I don't think that he had a great relationship with Amen when he headed there. Did he want to play with Fred VanVleet? When you bring up the Cade thing, there's years of them being friends. And KD, who's very closed off to the majority of the players in the NBA, has had an open door policy, not only at the end of the games, but even on his own podcast. So I think that there could be some real fire to this smoke with the KD thing, because I think this is one of the last destinations that he'd even be willing to go to.
Yeah, I think when you look at the KD to Houston thing, I think you're looking at a situation where, one, he's trying to get the F out of Phoenix. Like, nothing
100.
worked in Phoenix. Nobody wants to be there except Devin Booker because he's getting paid a lot of cheese, kind of like the Carmelo situation in New York. Nobody wants to deal with the owner who, from the great state of Michigan, if you will, Matt Ishbia, he was trying to get out, saw a quick situation. I'm going to Texas. What does Texas not have? Ladies and gentlemen, they don't have state tax.
Yeah.
So these buckets and these coins and these shillings that I'm making, they'll all go in my pocket.
Shillings.
Not to mention, you know what? I do like Ime Udoka. I understand what Ime Udoka is 100%. That's another. And then Fred VanVleet, who got injured last year when the season first started. But that's why he went there, but not necessarily this is I'm going to make myself a home. I think now he's looking at a situation.
You're such a wide receiver.
What?
This koozie flew off the table. He's like, I saw that.
Yo, I had a conversation with Calvin. I asked him this, not last week, but before. I said, am I the only, former wide receiver? Well, I'm still a wide receiver. Am I the only wide receiver that's no longer in the league that, when things fall, you get excited? One of my favorite things to do is catch shit out of the refrigerator, catch things out of the spice cabinet. When I see, the pepper fall, I'm like, oh,
you need a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get that
You
cat.
need a cat to push shit off your shelves.
Oh, don't worry. I got the ketchup. Oh, speaking of that, I got to give a shout-out, and we can jump back into the chat. I got to give a shout-out to my brother-in-law, Cam. One of my favorite things to watch on social media is these dad highlights. Like the dad babies. Yeah, see, you know where I'm
So, the peak dad highlight was at the baseball game.
Okay, talk about
so he's got
the baby.
Beer baby.
Caught the ball.
And then, he dropped. So, funnily enough, of course, you drop the kid, grab the ball, and then pick the kid back up. You have ball, beer, baby.
I got to stick up for him. Her feet were perched on the rail a little bit.
Okay.
He knew she was going to fall back, not straight down.
Okay, all right. So he was tactical.
He takes a lot of slack for that, and it is the peak, by the way.
Yeah, that is peak dad, 1,000%. No matter, you had multiple situations, you thought it out in a split second, that's peak.
I can do this.
So the baby at the ballpark with the dad who drops the baby to catch the ball, to keep the beard, and then re-catch the baby. I'm not saying Cam's was on that level, okay? I'm going to stop you there because I saw that. Because when you do that, you're at the ballpark. You know the Jumbotron is on. You know the section is watching. You know everybody in your area is
Turn
right
it
there.
on a little bit.
100%. If you mess up in that moment, you are F for life.
Yep.
You are, because the eye in the sky does not lie. So this was just Cam and I. They had just pulled up to Brits. Funny, my sister and my niece get out of the car, and they leave Cam they left the boys. They left him with Josiah, left him to do his own thing and figure everything out. So I go over there to say what's up. Gordo, he had Josiah, my nephew, like this.
Yep.
Okay. He had a pacifier in his mouth.
Okay.
In his right hand.
Yeah.
He's watching me come over. He gives Josiah the pacifier. Josiah puts it in. As I come over to dap him up, he goes to dap. Josiah spits the pacifier out. He switches the dap, catches the pacifier, throws his shoulder up to give me dap with the shoulder instead of the hand, and then had Josiah like this the whole time, and then switched it, said, yo, what's up, how you doing? I said, I see you, Cam.
See, after that, when you have
boop, 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 boop. What's up?
When you get the quick reflexes like that, I'm like, wait a second, let me try it out. Do I got the spider sense? What's going on here?
Spider sense definitely was taking.
I do love that when somebody.
What is that? No, okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
So, no,
His reflexes felt a little too fast.
Shout out to my brother Cam, man. He did that day. You know what I'm saying? See, we appreciate you, man. We us men got to stick together. So.
Some super chats that we ignored
Let's
a little
do
bit.
it,
Let's
man.
catch up here. $2 from Really Mr. Biggs. Pump your brakes on Jamaica Bray.
Yeah, I'm on.
So, hear me out. What I speak is the truth. I've been running track my whole freaking life. I've been dialed into the track community my whole life. Like, I care more about the Summer Olympics and track and field and the NCAAs and the Oregon meets and the New Balance meets and the Diamond League and the Dice Stats. I care way more about that than football and these other sports from time to time. When I said what I said, I'm not dissing Jamaica. I'm not dissing you guys. I'm not dissing your proud history as track and field individual. You deserve that history. You deserve that rich history that goes back to Merlene Ottey. Come on now. I know Merlene Ottey always right there, but can never cash in. I understand that. A lot of love. The best 100 runner of all time, in my opinion, if we're just talking about running the 100, if we're talking about the start to finish running the 100, in my mind, it's a Jamaican. It's a Safo Powell. Safo Powell was born to run 100, so 100%. But what I'm saying is the second you mention the U.S. doing anything as it relates to the 100 to 200, here comes Jamaica to bring up Shirley Ann Fraser-Price or bring up Usain Bolt. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. You guys have done. No smoke over here. 4x1, no smoke over here. But what I'm saying is when I brought up that Tate ran 19.75 as an 18-year-old, and somebody brought to me what Usain Bolt did in the Olympics at 27 years old, I just had to go back to when Usain was 18 and show you that it was 20.01, which is just a little bit slower than what Tate ran this past weekend. That's all.
Humans just get faster and faster and faster.
Crazy.
You're just going to have to deal with the fact that eventually the fastest man in the world is going to have somebody that ran it faster.
Yeah, that's right. Now to that point, I'll say pump your brakes, Anson, because it will be a minute before somebody can run 9.58 and 100. But to that point, man, like technology and information. Technology and information. And as the years go, there's more of that out there. There's more technology and information that comes out now in a 2-year period than it did in a 20-year period back, when I was running track in high school and college. So that 9.58 is going down. Not anytime soon, but it will.
No doubt.
It did. It will.
No
It will.
Dante 151, $5 super chat. My final four in the NBA playoffs.
It's early for that, but I love it.
20 is the Pistons, Knicks, Nuggets, Spurs, and who cares about picks that will be in the mid to late 20s in the draft? Amen.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. We did just get a super chat that dropped in here.
We got two more. I got Michigan Go Blue. Go ahead and read that from him, and then he's got two in there.
Yeah, so we got his one from earlier, but Braylon, how do you deal with all the negativity in life?
He surrounds himself with positivity.
You know what? That is true. God is the way for me. And not everybody. God should be the way, but I digress. I'm not here for that. God, my relationship with him, my family. Also, too, the majority of negativity has, in fact, 99% of the negativity around you has nothing to do with you. Like the 99% of that negativity around you or swirling around and that you engage in, and people try to get you engaged in, man, it really doesn't have anything to do.
Just how you react to it.
What's up? Yeah. You know what it is? What's going on? See, it's usually on that side. But, yeah, the negativity in the world, man, like, look, that negativity, a lot of it is.
Do you tap into it? Do you choose to tap into it, or do you choose to tap into the positive things going on in your world? When you wake up, you have the decision every day to be upset or for it to be a beautiful day, even if everything is up against you. And the fact is that you've gone through so much to make it to the NFL and to do the things that you're doing. When you go through that much adversity, you realize it's a conscious decision you get to make. Like you said, the drama around you, it's very rarely of your own making. Now, are you going to tap in and swim in it? Go in the other direction.
Also, too, you're here. Like
Thank
you're
Lord.
here. Like you're on this side of the dirt today.
Yep.
Like you're on this side of the dirt.
Amen.
Like God woke you up.
Very true.
God woke you up, gave you another chance, another opportunity to be great or to do what you want to do. Do you want to go out, make a better way? Do you want to go out and do something kind? Do you want to hold the door for somebody? Do you want to call your brother and tell him, hey, look, man, it's gonna be all right? Do you want to? What do you want to do? You have the choice day to day when you wake up. When you're given that blessing to wake up, you got the choice in what you're going to do with that blessing. So for me, I try to go out. I try to do things that, one, make me feel good, but make other people feel good. And in doing so, you know, I think you live a good life, man.
And you're out in the sun. Vitamin D helps. He
Yeah.
works out every day. You gotta use energy to get energy. That's how your body works. And he eats really, really well. My man, I mean, how long has you been on this diet now?
2.5 years, but really locked in. Really,
Peak form right now.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate the question. But at the end of the day, you have a choice. You got a choice when you want to tap into. And this is what I'll tell you, though. Social media, be careful. And be careful with social media.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just got by social media. Somebody was wondering about Ward Manuel getting fired. Not true. That did not happen. But I've looked it up, and there was the first few things that came up were some troll posts. So social media is an MFer.
Because what happens is people, like, all of us are guilty. You know what? I'm no different. I was guilty this weekend. Like, I tried not to be on social media and, like, commenting and going back in the comments. I use it for what I use it. I need it for work. I need it for certain things. I need it for business. But the things I don't need it for, I don't tap into it. But every once in a while, you'll get pulled into a conversation. Bro. You'll get pulled into a back and forth. Yep. And you just got to be better than that, man. Like, what am I doing engaging with somebody? One, I don't know. Two, is this person real? Three, what are we talking about? Yep. Like, I'm engaging and arguing, going back and forth. Even if you win that argument, do you really win? Or what do you win?
Right. Well, and that's the thing is winning arguments. What do you win?
What do you win?
What do you get? You get a trophy?
What's the prize for telling somebody that, like, Kevin Durant is a good decision?
Right?
What's the prize there?
Nah, there isn't, man. I like that. A lot of people loving what you have to say here in the chat. One Pride 313 every day is a blessing.
It is.
True that.
It truly is a blessing, man. It feels good. Like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's break on that one.
All right. Real quick, we're gonna play a little interview from it was Justin Elias, president of Puff, and of course our guy Nick Hawana, the vice president of Puff, and with of course our president and CEO, Mr. Joey Namath.
Happy birthday!
That's right.
Happy birthday to
Happy
our
birthday.
fearless leader, Joey Namath.
True that.
Love you. I've known him since he was 16 years old, and happy to be working in the same space with him here now in Woodward Sports. Glad that you took the reins and took this thing in the 2.0. We all are appreciative, and we all are happy to be here in this fight with you in the same foxhole. I'll be in your foxhole any day of the week, brother.
Shout out.
We are live from the 3rd annual Puff Golf Outing, and we have our Vice President, Nick Kanawa, here.
Guys,
what a
great
day.
to be here. Thank you, bro. It's going to be an amazing day. We got a huge crew out here. We got some amazing sponsors out here today. We're going to be golfing. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be smoking. We're going to be drinking, but we're also going to be raising money for charity. That's our Puff cause. That's our 3rd annual time doing this. We raise money for charity, and this is a great way to do it. Have all our people here. All these amazing companies, our presenting sponsor, Barry Green, and all our other sponsors that are here. We thank them so much. It's time to enjoy the day. You know, this is not your normal golf outing. This is not your usual golf outing here. I mean, some people are here to just chill, let's be honest.
Man, I get the phone call from Nick and Justin Elias, and it's like, hey, come on out to the Puff Golf Outing. I'm not expecting this, I'm going to be honest. You guys do it big.
Yeah, we do it big. This isn't just any golf outing. Obviously, the Puff Golf Outing is something everyone's looking forward to now. As a matter of fact, we got a waiting list to get in this outing, but you'll see people hanging out all day.
They're so bad at golf.
You'll see people out on the patio smoking hookahs. Thank you to our good friends at Wabi Country Club for hosting us every year. They do an amazing job. And we'll have the DJ spinning. We'll have people out here chilling, hanging. We'll have guys out there golfing. The first place winner gets a huge pop.
Yeah, can we talk about these prizes? Like, I've been to a lot of golf outings with Woodward Sports, but when I seen the list of prizes.
Yeah, well, you know, Puff, everything we do, we got to do it big, you know. We can't just give out a little prize. You're not here. People are here to win. They want to win big, baby.
Like, I'm thinking, you know, first place prize maybe $1,000, $2,000. No, tell them what the first place prize is. $10,000.
$10,000, baby. $10,000.
And I'm seeing straight talent out here. The food that you guys got, we got shawarma king over here. Listen, look at this, man.
Listen, you're not just going to eat hot dogs and hamburgers at the Puff Golf Outing. The one and only, baby. Hey, Donnie,
everybody
what
loves
up?
the VP
No
of
way.
Puff.
Donnie, good to see you.
Nick Canal is a legend. He also goes by Chaldean Food Junkie too, just so you know.
Hey guys, you know I love my food. I love honestly just promoting everyone like we do with all our friends here. We like to promote. We like to shout our people out. We like to just give everyone a chance to shine, you know?
Yeah, we got
That's
the
what
big
it's
names
all
coming
about.
out too. We got Trick, White Boy
Exactly.
Rick, Calvin Johnson
Oh
out
yeah,
here.
we got Maurice Allen, the longest drive out there right now. He's the world record longest drive, Maurice Allen. That's not a joke.
I was messing with him saying I would beat your ass on this. Yeah, he was
You
like,
think so?
He looked at me like this. I said, I'm kidding.
You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that guy swing. Definitely, you know, that guy. He swings. He drives. Actually, I golfed with him in an outing. It was great. We played. What do they call that when you just hit the other person's ball?
Like the scramble?
Scramble.
Yeah.
Okay. And with him, it was easy because he just drives all the way to the putting green.
That's the teammate
and,
you want.
You know, exactly. He just drives it all the way there. So really, I didn't even have to get out of my cart. That was Justin Elias, by the way.
What up, Justin? Hey,
That
that's
was
why we're
hilarious.
out here. We like supporting good people because that's what Puff's all about. Really just being out in the community, doing good things. Like we said, obviously, a lot of charities tied towards this.
We
and
do
that's
a
it.
lot of good things. You know, all of our initiatives that we come up with are thought out. Our company does a lot of things throughout the year, but this is a way that we got everybody engaged, not just our customers. We do, every year we give away thousands of turkeys throughout the state at all of our stores. We also we do a Joints for Jackets giveaway where we raise coats for youth children and we give away free Jeter. We partner with Jeter to do this. But this is a way to get all of our sponsors, all of our vendors involved and just make everybody feel good about the day, you know? And they show up, man. They show up big. You're gonna see some of these setups. I mean, mitten extracts over there, not a joke. We got Berry Green, we got the Bodega, we got the Stallion, Charlie the Stallion MKX out here. You know, it's just gonna be awesome, guys. And everybody who comes here, I talk to people that are, oh, we're still smoking some of the goodies we got from last year, like a whole year later, because we give out huge goodie bags and, you know, people just love it. You can see them in the carts and stuff, so.
This is the real trick-or-treating that you do.
Every person gets a bag with, you know, hundreds, if not $1,000 worth of product just in those bags, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's $1,000 worth of product in each goodie bag. I mean, people show up. I know guys that are not even in the cannabis industry that are friends of mine that are all asking their friends who are in the industry to let them play today so they can get the goodie bags.
Oh,
So,
yeah. And that's, look, Puff
it's the fun of it, bro.
Puff does not mess around.
It's the fun of it, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
and like even like the outfits too. Like I see like the Puff girls, like you guys really just care about the brand. Hey, ladies, real quick, turn around.
Hey, Puff
hey,
Angels.
Say hi to the camera real quick.
Hi.
Look at the
Yeah.
outfits. You guys
These
go all
are
out.
these are the Puff Angels, the famous, infamous Puff Angels. They're here today. They all show up. You know, we promote nothing but good times here.
That's it, man.
And,
That's it. You
yeah.
hear it from the VP himself, Nick Kanawa.
Yeah, it's
Puff's
just-
third annual Puff Golf
It's
Outing.
amazing to have Woodward Sports here, baby.
Yeah, you know, we
love you
tested
guys.
out year 1 and 2 to see how big y'all were. Year 3, we said, all right, man, we got to be there.
All right, that's it, baby. We're good. Good to have you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in? Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Man, I wish you guys could see the whole first of all, let's say welcome back to the Braylon Edwards Show. Joining my host, Coach Anson, right here, Woodward Sports 2.0. Gordo doing a hell of a job doing audio and TDN. And then, Bomber Reno always makes everything happen. He keeps us in line on location, and I do appreciate that about him. Shout out to Bomber. Hell of a job by you. I see what you've been doing.
No doubt.
From last summer through fall, through winter, till now. Commending.
For real.
Nothing but respect.
Shout out, brother.
But, man, I wish the fans and I wish you guys could see how the setup is over here. So now when Anson was talking about talent, I am a taken individual. But, what I'm saying, for those of you that aren't out there, a lot of individuals working with the different cannabis companies, working with the different alcohol brands here, working with the different merch brands here, working on behalf of the Chaldean Chamber
One Pride 313 said it best. Shout out Puff Angels.
Hey,
shout
so
out.
You know about it.
Angels everywhere today.
So they're over here, but man, they got a vibe going, and it's only 3:43. So that means right around 4:35, everybody starts coming in. The party really takes off.
Yes, sir.
Now the heavyweights are the heavyweights here?
Back at studios.
Yeah, they got a back-to-back. They're doing the heavyweights, and then they're doing a certain watch party.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what? I might pull up for that watch party.
There you go.
8 o'clock, a little USA versus Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a hot one, a good time.
I know Gordo's always in the studio for watch parties. I know you typically there. Bomber's going to be there. You be there, Bomber?
Commissioner Gordon is everywhere.
I might put. Hey, shout out to a little Batman.
We said commissioner early on, and then young Justin was like, commissioner. And I was like, yeah, let's call him Inspector Gordon, because that's how he started.
Right.
But I got to be honest with you, dude. In just a handful of months, you are the commish.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Both of these guys sitting across from us, absolute MVPs, man.
All right, tomorrow we're gonna talk Lions.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
We're gonna talk Lions tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're damn sure gonna talk.
What if we trade for KD?
First of all, we're gonna talk Lions tomorrow. I am chomping at the bit to talk a little bit of football, talk about the Lions a little bit. Still, we're getting closer as we get into July. You know what happens? Training camp does start at the end of this month.
Excited.
At the end of this month, there will be football.
Oh man.
How excited are you on a skate? Let's do that. Just on a chill. We won't have to talk about trades and deals or Dan Campbell, anything crazy like that. How excited are you for this football season, Gordo?
I am ecstatic. I mean, I obviously, like a lot of other people, I think I have a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from last season, just how things went. It felt like there were some things outside of the Lions' control, and then it felt like there were some things that just were completely our fault. So in every single way that we could get hurt last year, I felt like we got hurt. But it's a new season. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's a new season. It's a little bit of a new roster. We have new coaches. We got fresh blood in this locker room, and I'm ecstatic. I think NFC, just looking at the landscape, it's gonna be really interesting. You have your Rams and some of the Seahawks, reigning champs. But listen,
it's kind of like the NBA.
Yeah, it's kind of reminding me where
Seattle's not getting the same respect that they won a championship. The Knicks aren't getting a lot of respect for winning a championship. It's very parallel a little bit.
Yeah.
Peasants.
So the Seahawks are peasants too. You watch them out.
One Pride 313. I asked them, how excited are you for this season? On a scale of 1 to 10, he said 69. Football
was a very good year.
For me, it's different, Bray. I'm excited because I do really like the moves. I think that they took a different approach this year. They didn't try and get the guys coming off injury. They didn't try and, push some of their later round picks into meaningful depth roles. They went out and got professional football players. They got the draft pick I wanted. They got a few draft picks I wanted. But, Bray, in September, we'll be starting our 7th year of Woodward Sports. And I've been doing a lot of football games. Started off on Thursday nights and obviously the Lions post game. But I have never been able to do 5 days a week in football season. And I am blessed to have that on the radar, to be next to you, covering a season that may end up resulting in a Super Bowl. I am high on the Lions, and I am high on Woodward Sports 2.0, providing even better, because we've been crushing it. We've been giving you the best coverage of the Lions for the last handful of years. You guys know that. That's why you're here supporting us. It's only going to get better this year. We're going to do more things, and I can't wait to be an everyday part of it with you, Bray.
I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? We've had a chance to talk a lot about football, but not necessarily do it in a 5-day back-to-back.
We're going to have a lot of it soon.
Build momentum and build rhythm. So I'm excited for that. My apologies. But I'm excited for the season as well. I think I'm not necessarily excited about all the moves the Lions made. Like, I make no bones about that. I told you that. I will continue not necessarily excited about all the moves they made. But I'm excited from this standpoint, all right? You still have damn good pillars, damn good foundational pieces that were already good. It's good in terms of Amon-Ra,
future Hall of Famers,
Benet, Jack, Aid, et cetera, healthy Brian Branch. So I'm excited for that. I'm interested and intrigued as hell to see the job Dan Campbell can do this year, because you brought up Brad Holmes went out and got professionals. He went out and got depth pieces. He went out and got healthy pieces. He crack all the jokes about DJ Wanham and this, that, and the third. But
give me availability.
But the majority of the players that they added, whether it was through the draft or whether it was through free agency and trade, are healthy players, man. So last year we complained about the offensive coordinator position. Well, he went out and got Mike Kafka, Drew Petzing, so that they can focus on the run as well as the pass. We talked about the offensive line. They struggled. They were traditionally bad. Well, they went out and they got Blake Miller. They went out and they got Kate Mays at center. They went out and they drafted another one. They went out and they bought in more pieces, whether it's Bourne, whether it's starting Christian Mahogany and bringing in some other players. So I'm interested to see how good Dan Campbell and this Lions team can be, because I think they're at their core last year. They won 9 games. They won 9 games last year in spite of injury, in spite of Christian Morton, in spite of all the things that were negative. They still won 9 games last year. And they are a better team than they were last year. That much we know, or that much we agree with.
Yeah, and when you talk about Morton being a big impact negatively on this team, you also preface that with Petzing coming here, and there's a lot of question marks. That, to me, is the most exciting thing, because we watched this offense melt into crap last year and still be a top 5 offense, but not the offense that we expected, that we've come to know and love, not an offense built on the back of a bunch of future Hall of Famers like it is. So now you bring not one but 2 minds, offensive minds, that I hope are going to be able to work well together. But if it does work right, you might even be able to unlock this offense to another level. You get younger and healthier on your offensive line, which right as this team was starting to peak offensively, we had 2, really 3 major parts of the line right hitting a drastic decline. So the timing of everyone that's coming together right now might finally be perfect. We've seen the Philadelphia Eagles fall on their face one year and then come back and win a Super Bowl. I mean, you watch the Knicks, who failed to make the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They were supposed to be in the finals last year. They have a bad year losing to Indy, and now you come back and you win a championship. So that down year where you get a little bit of a better perspective, you make the big moves, you get a little bit of a better draft pick, I think that the Lions really are in a position to come out of the NFC finally for the first time in my life. I know you don't love that. I know you love the Rams. I know that there's some other teams, man, but it's all on the backs of Petzing and Kafka. If these guys can do it and they can stay healthy, I think the defense will be good enough to be maybe a top half team, which gets you pretty decent in the playoffs, especially with that offense.
The most important thing in sports is rhythm. Like, the most important thing in sports is rhythm. I mean, you can argue a bunch of other things, and maybe that may be true, but when I say rhythm, rhythm is in every sport. Rhythm is in golf. Rhythm is in basketball. Rhythm is in football. When you get into a rhythm,
rhythm is in life.
Because you know what happens when you get into a rhythm, you stop thinking. When you get in rhythm, you just start to let things work. So I'm excited that the Lions get an opportunity to get in rhythm, because you look at those first 5 games, it's a very favorable schedule for the Lions to build rhythm with young offensive linemen, with new draft picks that are going to be doing a lot, whether it's Derek Moore, whether it's Keith Abney Jr., who will probably have a bigger role due to unforeseen things that have happened in the last couple of weeks. So I'm excited for the rhythm that they will build early. I see your hat, Gordo, and I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
Damn, Riley Green was this close. This goes to a cycle.
You missed it on triple?
In the double.
He missed the double.
Missed the double.
For the Rangers to intentionally walk this guy when he's, one hit, like you said, a double short of the cycle is disgusting. I mean, come on. This is the same day, by the way, that it was announced that he made the All-Star team. Like, as he's on the field, it's announced that he made the All-Star team. And, come on, throw the guy a bone. Because, on a day where if you hit for a cycle and you make an All-Star team, like, that's, for most people, that would be a top day in their career ever if they're behind winning a championship. Yeah, 1,000%. But regardless, though, I have to give a huge shout-out. Dylan Dingler, Kevin McGonigal, and obviously Riley Green, all three all-star reserves. They absolutely deserve it. So
especially Dingler.
Shout out to them, especially Dylan Dingler.
Yeah, he should be starting.
I should be starting. I think you, me, Tarek Skubal,
Canadian
we
vote,
all
bro.
agree.
Alejandro Kirk is not good.
No, in my opinion, like he's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's not good.
He's solid.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Dingler's been better than
Dingler is damn good. And Dingler, what makes him so special is the defensive capability and the way that he scares players off of, being free on the base paths. He's like how do I put it? Like lining up with a linebacker that has 50 pounds and 5-6 inches of height, and you're just sitting there in the gap. Oh God, it's like if you're a base runner and you got to deal with Dylan Dingler behind the plate, at any given moment you can get thrown out. Lazy. So he's just he's so many weapons. The ABS challenges just last week he had like back-to-back correct ABS calls where if the umpire's on some BS, Dylan Dingler, he is the human microscope. He knows he can just tap and get that call squared away.
Shout out to those three men making the All-Star game. Before I say this next thing, where do we think? That's a dumb question that we always ask. The Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
What are your odds, or what is your percent that they'll make the playoffs this year?
25%. I give it a 25% that they, because the biggest
CBS
hurdle
has them at 20, so you're not too far off.
So the biggest thing for me is you have to be in a state in 2-3 weeks from now where like you have to win every single series. You got to get a few sweeps, and you got to every single series you have to win from now on. If you are going to go into this trade deadline with a front office that is convinced that they are going to buy, or at least they're not going to complete an absolute fire sale. And the big thing about this Tigers team, that it's like we're waiting for the final, monkey paw the claw to close up.
Close up.
Yeah, because once Tarek Skubal's gone, you're done. You are absolutely done. So if you're going to go into this offseason and buy, this trade deadline, and buy, add a bat, add some relief pitching, then that puts you in a great position. And if you can go on this run, I love it. But if not, you have to set yourself up for the future and sell hard. And I am very nervous that this front office has the cojones, to put it in that way, to make a defined decision one way or the other.
Tigers don't sell Skubal at the trade deadline. They don't move on from Skubal. They don't make the playoffs. Where does that put Detroit Tigers baseball for you?
It all comes down to the collective bargaining agreement this offseason. There's a possibility we don't play baseball maybe for 2 years. If that's the case, and they put in a salary cap, they're going to put in a salary floor, but the salary cap could be very interesting because if you remember what happened to the Red Wings when they put in that salary cap,
handicapped it.
They were so bloated they couldn't make moves until guys came off, and at that point you don't have the charm of Hockeytown to bring guys in anymore.
Right.
So you're looking at the Dodgers, you're looking at the Padres, Mets, Yankees, maybe even a couple other teams, but these guys are woefully over that cap, especially the Dodgers.
Yes.
So if they put that hard cap in, what kind of aprons are you talking about? The Dodgers, with their TV deal, probably would maybe be able to still go over it, but they may not be able to at all exceed and sign more people. They just have to pay over that cap. And as those guys come off those contracts, they settle back in and maybe can now buy. They might not even be able to sign Tarek Skubal. Now, I'm painting the most positive picture for Scott Harris, because if he looked at this last year and said, this is an inevitability, there won't be baseball in 27. Now what you've done is you've given your young guys an opportunity to play in the minors for another year, develop for another year, which you haven't used to buy that big bat or whatever it was that you wanted at the deadline. Yep. And now you're looking at, if these 4 to 6 top payroll franchises are out of the sweepstakes, now you're fighting with guys like the Diamondbacks and maybe even Cleveland, and you're looking at, okay, so does he want to go there? Can they pay him the exorbitant salary that he would have left to go to the Dodgers? That's the scenario where this works out well for the Tigers. Now, to answer the question that he just did, you got an August 3rd deadline. You've got 7.5 games out, 5, I think, from the wild card.
Yeah.
When you look at all the teams in between, it's not about the games. It's about the Red Sox being there and just starting to catch fire, being 8-2 out of the last 10. It's about the guys throughout your division. The White Sox are a good team with a whole bunch of young, hungry guys. And then you got, with Cleveland that's always going to be there. I believe that they can go on a run, and I believe that they could get to a point where, you do want to buy. Now, it's not going to be big-time buying stuff, but it's going to be more of the crap that we assembled last year, the Charlie Morton type of stuff, because I don't think that they are willing to mess with any of their core or youth without understanding what the future of baseball looks like.
The future of baseball right now seems bleak, but I'm just of the mind where baseball realized what happens when they had the lockout in 94. Hockey realized what happened when they had that lockout. Like, they lost so much momentum, so much speed. It took steroids and Barry Bonds hitting 72 home runs to bring baseball back. So now when baseball is in a space where it's come back a little bit, they cannot afford a year, let alone 2. It's going to be very interesting what happens after the Fall Classic this year.
Hey, listen, there's some people bent out of shape in here, like Krug has been after everybody all day today. Like, I would trade him, Krug. I'd be trading him. You get the ransom, like you said, okay? But I'm not the GM.
Krug is okay with just getting one.
Stop getting pissed off at me, all right? I'm telling you that.
Just to say you got something?
Yeah, I'm trying to paint the positive future as to why these guys haven't pulled the plug on this guy and gone and gotten their stuff. Because if you come out of this and it says, hey, he's not going anywhere, you're going to get him for $39 million because of the way the cap's working. Now the Tigers get him, and they didn't give anything up. They don't. What are you going to get back, man? I've seen some of these deals. They're trash. Like, some of these prospects aren't even in the top 60. They're like number 8 and 6 on guys on a franchise list. It's not what you want for Skubal. You want players. They don't do those trades in the MLB. It's all prospect hopium that you're trying to get back for this guy. And I think they should, Krug. But at the end of the day, Scott Harris understands the future of this league a hell of a lot more than anybody watching or any of us up here. And again, I don't know, but you could end up seeing Chris looking really smart at the end of this.
Fair enough.
Could is the optimum word in that sentence.
It's a hoping word.
See him.
I'm on hopium. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with hopium until you use a little too much.
Well, if you're not going to trade him, I'm left with nothing but hopium.
Okay, here we go.
You know?
Show me the picture that the Tigers got something for.
What are you going to trade him for?
No, I said show me the picture that the Tigers have ever got something for.
Justin Verlander. We got a couple of nobody prospects and Jake Rogers.
Let's talk about Jack Morris, Max Scherzer. Come on, man, all these guys.
I mean, you can keep going down the list.
For sure.
And that's why I did it. You know what? Tomorrow, let's know what you guys want to talk about. I'm bringing some football tomorrow. I don't care what we talk about basketball. I don't care how long that conversation is. We are going to get a strong 35 minutes of football.
Come on, KD trade. Come on, KD
strong
trade.
45 minutes of football, man. I'm chomping at the bit. Also, I know you guys read and saw what the starting quarterback at the University of Michigan Wolverines had to say over the weekend.
Oh, I got it on here. I was like, I'm not going to do it to him today.
We will talk tomorrow because
can we get Tom Brady to call in for that one too?
There has been an individual in this network that has been bringing him up all the time and trying to pull me into engagement, trying to pull me into a back and forth. And I never
Don't let him do it.
He wears generational underwear.
And I never gave Neil Rule. The time or day. Based on what happened this past weekend, there might be something to talk about with Mr. Neil Rule, but we'll do that tomorrow. Look, man, I appreciate you guys for joining us on location live for the 3rd annual Puff Cannabis outing here at YB Country Club in Bloomfield, Michigan, man. We appreciate it. For my guy Gordo operating in 2 spaces today.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
For my guy Anson Wells, who's always the unsung hero of the network. For me, we are the Braylon Edwards Show, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be fun. Not that this wasn't. Tomorrow is going to be fun. I will be less zen, and I'll be more dialed in.
Go watch Heavies, 5 to 7.